You asked for a tutorial and now you got it. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create both the foiled and printed covers for these editions. All designs and materials used can be found through the links on my profile or in the video description. This tutorial is for educational purposes only. Please do not sell, modify, or resell the templates used to recreate these rebinds. These are for personal use only. Whether you're rebinding a book for yourself, a family member, or as a gift for someone you love, these are fan-made creations and are not affiliated with any company. So grab your tools and let's begin. Place your thrifted book into the book press, making sure it's flush with the edge. Let's start by creating the custom page edges. Upload your page edge templates to Quick Design Space as a single layer image and resize it to fit your book. Add your title using any font or language you'd like, then select both layers combined and weld them into one design. Click Make, choose Smart Vinyl Removable, increase the pressure to more, and cut the design using removable vinyl on a strong grip mat. Once it's finished cutting, weed away the excess vinyl. Apply transfer tape over the design, burnishing it with a scraper, then lift it and place it onto the page edges, making sure the design is facing the correct direction. Spray paint the edges using your preferred color. I'm using Rust-Oleum Flat Black. Apply light, even coats on all three edges. Allow the paint to dry for about 20 minutes and carefully peel away the vinyl stencil to reveal your design. Now let's prepare the text block. Remove the paperback cover and mark the center of the spine with an arrow pointing upwards so you always know the correct orientation. Next, cut your cover boards. Keep the width the same as the original cover, but add 1/4 inch to the height or 1/4 inch. For the spine board, measure the spine and add the thickness of one piece of book board before cutting. Now it's time for end papers. Choose any paper you'd like. Cut 2 sheets by doubling the width of your book while keeping the height the same, then fold each one in half. Apply a thin line of glue along the first and last signatures of the spine and attach the folded end papers, making sure they're square before smoothing them down with your bone folder. Repeat for both the front and back of every book, then place a weight on top. Allow them to dry for about 20 minutes. Once dry, return the books to the press with the spine hanging out about 1/4 inch. Cut a ribbon at least 12 inches long, 2 headbands the exact width of the spine, and a piece of mold the height of the spine, with about an inch extending past each side on the left and right. Glue the ribbon down first, followed by the headbands, then the mole. Add an extra layer of glue to fully saturate the mole and allow everything to dry completely. With the text block finished, we're ready to build the hardcover case. This is the book cloth hardcover case version. Now let's make the hardcover case using book cloth. If you'd rather make a printed cover instead, we'll cover that later in the tutorial. Using 2 cover boards as a guide, cut a piece of book cloth large enough to wrap around your entire case. Place your spine board in the center of the cloth and trace a line around the spine. Apply glue to the spine and then place it into your rectangle. Then using a 1 centimeter T-spacer on each side, glue the front and back cover boards in place. Flip the case over and immediately smooth the cloth with your bone folder to remove any bubbles. Trim the excess cloth, leaving a 15mm border around the entire case. Use a corner cutter or trim the corners by hand, leaving a small gap so the board won't show through once wrapped. Glue down the top and bottom flaps first, before folding over the side flaps. Tuck in the corners neatly with your bone folder, then glue and smooth the remaining sides down. To define the hinges, apply a thin line of glue along both sides of the spine board. Place parchment paper over the case and use a bone folder to press the cloth into the hinge channels. This gives the finished case a much cleaner, more professional look. Set the case aside to dry for about 20 minutes with a bunch of books on top of it. Once both the text block and case are completely dry, test fit the book inside the case. Make sure the gaps are even on all sides before gluing anything down. When you're happy with the fit, open the front cover and place a scrap piece of paper beneath the end paper to protect the pages. Apply glue beneath the mole first, then over the rest of the end paper using a thin, even coat. Remove the scrap paper, replace it with parchment paper, and fully close the cover, pressing it lightly into place. Repeat the same process on the other side. Finally, place the finished book back into the book press with the spine hanging out just slightly. Leave it to cure for at least 24 hours before decorating the cover. With the book fully cased in, it's time to create the foil cover design. Upload your front cover and spine templates into Cricut Design Space as a single layer image and resize them to fit your cover boards. I like making mine just slightly smaller than the boards for a cleaner finish. Add your title using any font or any language you'd like, then weld each design into a single layer. Repeat for the front cover, spine, and back cover. When everything looks good, click Make. I'm using Everyday Iron-On, which automatically mirrors the design. Place your foil onto a strong grip mat with the shiny side facing down. Smooth it flat with your bone folder and put it into your Cricut cutting machine. Once everything is cut, separate each piece and weed away the excess material. Now for the glasses, upload the lens artwork into Cricut Design Space as a flat graphic. Resize it to fit inside the glasses, then print it onto dark fabric heat transfer paper using a printer. To cut the printed pieces, choose Smart Sticker paper as your material setting and place the sheet onto a light grip mat. Using a strong grip mat can damage the print when removing it. Cut the design, then weed away the excess material. Your book should now be fully cured and ready for decoration. Start by lint rolling the cover to remove any dust or fibers. Peel the backing from the printed lenses pieces and position them onto the glasses. Then place the foil design directly over the top, lining everything up as accurately as possible. Using a Cricut mini press on heat setting 2, begin pressing from the center outward, working across the entire design with even pressure. Slowly peel away the carrier sheet. If any foil lifts, place parchment paper over the area and quickly press it again for a few seconds. Repeat the same process for the spine and back cover. To finish the book, let's customize the charm. Remove the charms from the bracelet using a pair of pliers and hang each one individually so they are easy to spray. Apply a coat of gray primer, making sure to cover every side. After about 20 minutes, spray them with a high gloss black paint and allow them to dry for at least 3 hours. Finish with a clear coat and let the charms cure for at least 24 hours. Once dry, attach each charm using a ribbon crimp, jump ring, and lobster claw. Feed your ribbon through the center of the book, trim it to your preferred length, crimp it in place, and attach your finished charm. Now let's jump back to the printed version of these books. If you don't own a printer, don't worry. You can always have your covers printed at your local library, Staples, Office Depot, or any other print shop. Start by creating a free Canva account and open a customized size canvas using the exact dimensions of your front cover board. Set the background to black. Upload your cover template, resize it slightly smaller than the canvas, then add your title using any font or language you'd like. Next, upload the lens artwork, resize it to fit inside the glasses, send it behind the frame, and export the finished cover as a JPEG. Now create another new canvas, this time adding 1.5 inches to both the width and the height. This extra space will wrap around the cover boards. Set the background to black again, import the JPEG you just exported, center it onto the canvas, and export it once more. Repeat these same steps for the back and spine covers. Finally, create one more canvas the exact size of each board and add a white rectangle centered on the black background. These alignment guides make positioning the boards much easier after printing. I'm printing on double-sided matte photo paper using my Canon Pixma IX6820. For the best results, I print using the matte photo paper setting at the highest quality and increase the contrast slightly to deepen the blacks. Print the artwork first, then flip the paper over and print the alignment guides on the back. Repeat this process for the front cover, back cover, and spine. Let's build the printed case. Apply glue to the spine board and position it inside the printed alignment guide. Cover it with parchment paper and smooth it with your bone folder. Trim away the excess white paper, then wrap and glue the top and bottom flaps first. Just like we did with the book cloth version, define the hinges by applying a thin line of glue along both sides of the spine board. Cover with parchment paper and use your bone folder to press the paper into the hinge channels. Set the spine aside while we prepare the cover boards. Glue each cover board into its matching alignment guide. smooth it flat, and trim the excess paper, leaving a 15mm border around all 4 sides. Trim the corners, and be sure to glue down the correct flap first. For the front cover, glue down the left side tab first. For the back cover, glue down the right tab first. Don't forget to tuck in the corners as well. Before we assemble the case, make sure you measure and mark a 7mm hinge gap on both sides of the spine. Lightly crease the bottom edge of the cover before attaching it. This helps align everything evenly. Apply glue to the back edge of the cover, line it up with your hinge marks, and press it into place. Make sure the top and bottom stay perfectly aligned with the spine guide. Smooth everything flat with your bone folder before wrapping and gluing the remaining tabs. I start with the top and bottom tabs first. Then before gluing down the larger tab, be sure to tuck in those corners before gluing. And that's it. Your printed hardcover case is complete. From here, case the text block into the cover exactly as we did with the book cloth version. Then finish it off by attaching your ribbon charms. Whether you choose the book cloth version or the printed cover, you'll end up with a beautiful custom edition that's completely unique to you. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the craft. I hope this tutorial helps you create your own beautiful rebind. Just a reminder, these templates and designs are for personal use only. Please don't sell the rebinds or attempt to sell the templates because people will see and report it. So don't do it, little girl. If you run into any issues while rebinding, leave a comment and I'll do my best to help answer your question. I also ask that everyone keeps the comments respectful. I won't be engaging with hate or negativity, so please keep those comments to yourself. Just have fucking fun and happy rebinding.